Hello, today I will do a walkthrough of the Microsoft Excel World Championship last 32 of the afternoon session, which is called a license on a plate. So let's get to the instructions. Drivers in the fictional country of Speedlandia are famous for their driving habits, especially driving at high speed. The government has decided to improve safety on the country's roads. The company was awarded a contract to install a network of speed radars on the country roads. These radars will scan each car's speed and license plate number and store the data. At the end of a designated time period, example a day, the data summary will be given out as an Excel report. These reports will be used to send speed tickets and collect fines from the drivers that were caught speeding. The license plates in Speedlandia all follow the same pattern. AB adhered on 1234. This means that each car's plate numbers should have two capital letters followed by a number from 1 to 9999. Zeros in the beginning of a number are omitted, so the license plates of Speedlandian cars could look like all these examples. All these are legal Speedlandian numbers. On level 5 and 6, you will need to learn to exclude foreign cars from your reports. You are an analyst and your initial goal is to learn how to read and interpret these reports, level 1 and 3, and to calculate the expected value of fines, level 4 to 6. There are a total of 6 levels of increasing complexity in this case. See detailed instructions for each level below. You can get a total of 1000 regular points and 250 bonus points for the bonus questions. In non-streamed matches, the bonus points can be awarded to both players if solved correctly. Okay, I'll do the bonus question last. Let's get to the main levels. So level 1. On level 1, you are just testing your plate recognition system. You have received 11 sets of license plate sequences. Each of the sets contains exactly 10 license plate numbers. If you add together the numbers from each of the sets, what is the total sum? So to do that, first, what we see is that they are separated by semicolons. So what I'll do is data text to columns, delimited, next, semicolons, reason tabs, finish, yes, okay, and now that I have that, I want here to have, let's say, the right part of it, and what I know here is that is always a len of 5. Or I can just copy paste that for further purpose. What I'll do is right on that, and for the length, I want the length of that minus the length of that. Then I just copy paste it. And here, if you want to do a sum on that, as you can see, it will send 0 because all of these are considered text. So to consider that number, we can just add 0. And here we go. Level 1 done. Level 2. Now as the traffic could get intense, you are trying to minimize the amount of unnecessary items on the transcript. Again, you have received 11 sets of license plate sequences in a slightly different format. Each of these sets contains exactly 10 license plates. If you add together the numbers from each of the sets, what is the total sum? So here now, as you can see, we only have 2 letters here and no tiret, no space. So we'll just do little variation of that. So for the len, for example, it will just be SF. And of course, I have to do some text to columns here too. Yes, please. And here then it's the same thing, we do a sum on that, and we have level 2 done. Level 3. Let's now switch on the first speed camera. On level 3 you are getting the information about each car's license plate number and its speed. The maximum allowed speed is 50 km per hour. Your goal is to learn how to select from the data only the cars that are speeding, i.e. driving with the speed of 51 km or more. If you select only the cars that are speeding, drive with a speed of 51 km per hour or more, and add together the numbers from the license plates in each of the sets. What is the total sum? So first, as we can see, now we have the plate number, this, and that, the speed event. So for the text to column, we'll add something here, this symbol. So now we have all of this, and we'll change this formula too, because it won't be this again. Because next is a speed, then a plate number, etc. So to don't mix plate numbers and speed, because it will make everything harder, what I'll do is do an offset on that. I'll fix the column here. I won't change the row, but for the column, what I'll use is that, -1. And I'll use it here too. So now, if I copy paste that, it's apparently not right. Yeah, okay. I see why. Here the offset is not this value, it's 2 times this value. Because the next plate is 2 columns away. So we'll just change that. Here we have this. And now for the next part, what we'll do is reuse the offset formula here. But now what we want is, again, the left port. The text is the offset of that, and we'll use that. And for the number of characters, what we'll use is, again, this offset function. So we'll use the length of that minus the length of this, kilometer per hour, and it has a space first. Okay, so here we should be okay. We have the speed, okay. I copy paste that for this, and now all I have to do is a little sum product of this license plate number times this superior to or equal to 51. And apparently it doesn't work. Let's see why. Oh, maybe because this is not considered number. So I add a 0 there and everything is fine again. Okay. Level 3 done. Level 4. After the speed camera was switched on, many drivers have learned its location and started to drop their speed before the radar. You have adjusted the report so that only the cars that are speeding are included into the report. In the table to the right, you are also provided the list of fines based on the speed of a car. If a car is speeding 41 km per hour or more, the fine is based on the actual speed. For example, if a car's speed is 100 km per hour, 97 km per hour actual speed after allowance, the fine is 97 minus 50 km per hour times $100, which makes $4,700. 47 times 100. Remember that there is a 3 kilometers per hour calibration error allowance. According to the law, you should assume that each car's actual speed could have been lower due to the radar measurement error. Essentially, this means that while calculating fines, each car's speed should be reduced by 3 km per hour. Only then you should apply the fine, if any. This means that cars that drive with a speed of up to 53 km per hour do not receive fines. It could have been a faulty radar. This also means that cars that are driving at 61, 62, and 63 km per hour will receive a fine of $50 and not $200. The same logic applies for further fine brackets. Okay. So, what we'll do there is that we don't need the license plate number. So first, let's do text to column. Yes. Here we only need the kilometers per hour, but we'll just copy paste that because it's easier like that. Okay. So here we have the speed, but now instead of doing +0, we'll do a -3. Okay. And now what we want to do is to calculate a fine based on the following thing. If this minus 50 is superior to 0, so if there is a speed limit, then if this minus this is inferior or equal to 10, it's a fine of 50. Else if it's inferior or equal to 20, we'll do a fine of 200. Else if is inferior or equal to 30, it's a fine of 500. Else if is inferior or equal to 40, it's a fine of 1000. Else it's this minus that times 100. And for the last one, if it's not if the speed limit is not broken, then it's 0. Okay. If we don't go over the speed limit, it's 0. Okay. Then let's just do this, and with a sum of the fines, we should be okay. Yes, we are. And with that, level 4 is done. Then let's go to level 5. A new problem has appeared in the data. The cars from neighboring countries start appearing in the data. However, there is no data exchange between the countries, and you just can collect the fines from these drivers. The foreign cars have different license plate formats. It could be any other format, except the local, which is 2 letters and 1 to 4 numbers. The new transcripts now contain data about exactly 100 cars each. So from this level, we start doing these levels in other sheets. And what they want to know is how much money in fines would you expect to receive from the speeding car in each of the data sets. You will not collect any money from the foreign cars. Okay, let's start doing the sheet for level 5. I will copy these data here, then do a little text column. And we have 100 cars exactly, so I'll do this. First, what we want is this, have the license plate. So we'll do an offset of 2 times this -1. We have 20 lines, so let's copy this for 20 lines. Okay. We even want to know if they are local or not, so for that I'll do a bit of VBA, which will be easier than anything else, I think. Function f is local. I will give a plate, and it is a boolean. It will be either true or false. Then what I will do is, let's see, if the plate is like 2 characters, then 4 numbers, or plate is like 2 characters, 3 numbers, or like that, or like that, then f is local equals true, else f is local equals false. And it proposed me these 2 values because I said it was a boolean. And if, so now I'll just say f is local, and if it's the case, so I test if this is local, and if it's right, I say 1, else 0. Okay. Or no, maybe we can do this a more clever way. I won't do this here. I will put it in another space. So now what we want is the speed again. So what we'll do is get the right part of an offset of this. Okay, now that we have our offset, I want the length of the offset minus the length of that. And to that I'll do a +0. Okay, there seems to be a little problem there. Let's see if the offset is okay. The right gives the text. The length is given by the offset. Okay. No, this still doesn't work. Let's see. Oh, okay. I told by how many rows I wanted to change this. I don't want to change the row. I want to change the columns. So of course it won't work like that. This should better work, I guess, or maybe not. Let's see why this doesn't work. Oh, okay. No, this should work. -1, yes, I don't want to change the column for that. So it will be that, yes. Oh, because I don't want the right part, I want the left part, of course. Okay, that's better. Oh, I just copy that for, let's see, 20 rows. Apparently I did something wrong. I didn't fix the line here. So let's put some dollars here. Let's copy paste that again. Everything is okay. And let's remember that for level 3 we still have the allowance of 3, so it would be -3. Okay. Now let's get to the fine. So for the fine, I'll just take the formula that was here and readapt it. So we'll take this speed here, change it everywhere here, like that. Okay. So this should be good. And the only condition we'll add is something there. If is local, if this plate is local, then we do this, else it will just be a fine of 0. Okay. Now let's copy paste that for 20 rows, like that. And we should be able to answer the questions of level 5 by just doing a sum of these finds. And here you have level 5 done. Now let's get to level 6. Now as the data analysis system is up and running, you are rolling out the network of radars in various locations in the country. You are now given data from 20 different radars that are placed in different locations. Again, the datasets for 100 cars will be provided. The rules for level 6 are very similar to level 5, with a few additions. Each location has different speed limits provided for each game separately. Also, the measurement error is different at different locations, as several different types of radars are used. Finally, each radar might be located either in a built-up area, a city, or a highway outside a city. Fines for speeding at highways should be double for regular fines, so we'll just do a ×2. How much money in fines would you expect to receive from the speeding cars in each of the data sets? So now we add a different speed limit, a different allowance, and the fact that it is a highway or not. So in order to do that, we'll do a copy of this sheet right there. And as you can see, it's a bit slow because we have a lot of functions here. So what I'll do first is just set that to values. And this for each non-first line. It will make the overall calculations faster. So here I'll call it level 6. And what we'll add is 3 columns here, 1 line here. So I copy paste that. And we'll use this. I'll just copy paste the values. Okay. Now what I'll do is a little replacement here because I only want the values. The space kilometer per hour, I don't want it. Like that. So now I have number of values. Okay. So I'll change to these data. So I'll do a little text to column here. Yes, I want to replace. Now for this, I don't want -3, but minus the allowance of this. Okay. And now for the fine, I replace the -50 by the speed limit of this. And I'll add one last thing. If this equals yes, then I'll double, else I just take the simple value, and I want to fix the econ of that. And with that, we should be okay too. And I'll just do a sum of these fines. And here you have level 6. So now let's get to the bonus questions. Bonus question 1. Which digit from 0 to 9 is the 9 is the most frequently used on the license plate from level 1, excluding the example. So I'll copy this, do a bonus sheet, like that I'll call bonus 1. And what I will do is, for each of these plates, I will want the first number here, then what I want is the second number, etc. for each of these. And here you can see it's a bit slow because of level 6. So I'll copy that for 10 columns, paste that here too, and copy paste that again here. Okay. So here I want a mid function of an offset of this. I'll fix the column. Don't want to offset the row. And for the columns, what I'll do is just offset by this -1, and I fix the row of this. On the mid of that, I want for the start the first letter, which is this one, and I want always 1 character long. Okay. Now I copy that for 10 rows. And I copy that for all of these too. Now what I'll do is just write the different digits and count how many times they appear in this big range. And if we don't see that it is free, we can also use a little conditioning format, top 1 item, in order to see it well. So we know it's free. So let's copy paste that here. And now for bonus question 2 and 3, what they want to know is which car is driving the slowest across all the data sets, excluding examples, and they want the license plate number, including letters as an answer, and for bonus question 3 it's just the fastest. So what we'll do is create a sheet called bonus 2 and 3. And what I'll do is, starting from question 3, just select all of these, copy paste them, like that. Let's do that for level 4 too. Copy paste that. Now level 5, which is here. And level 6. Which is here. Now that all of that is copy pasted, what I'll do is select this cell and all of these cells here, and what I'll do first is replace this by nothing, so I'll have the numbers. And now what I can do for all of the 2 questions is, first for question 2 they want the slowest, so the minimum speed value. And what I can do is just select all of that, because non-number data will not be counted here. So it will say 21. Here it will say 193. So first let's search 21. I do a Ctrl F. I search 21, and I want it to match the entire cell content, or I will have also the plate with 21 in it. And it is this plate for the slowest one. Now for the fastest one, we want to search 193. and it is this one. And like that, you have all the bonus questions done. Okay, I hope you liked this walkthrough and it helped you understand this subject. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye.